Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking and discussing the 2023 gubernatorial elections in November of this year, the off year of the off year from the midterms, the governor races in 2023 that includes Kentucky, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Now, right here, the map that you're looking at is the current map of uh, the governor's mansion, the governor's map of the current time as of July 4th, 2023. And these are all the states that have Republican and Democrat governors. But before we jump into today's video, I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe. I ask that you would please subscribe to the channel as we are at 350 subscribers. I thank you all so much for all the continued growth, the support that you've given me across these last 10 months, and the success we've had as a channel, as a political channel. And I thank you all very much for the continued support and the growth that this channel has seen over the past 10 months. And I ask that you guys would continue to support me and would continue to follow me as we move forward. Now, if you guys do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Now, the map that you're looking at right now is the governors in all 50 states of Democrat and Republican governors, and the red states are Republican, obviously, and the blue states are the Democrats. And the Republicans have the majority in the National Governors Association, and they have a lead of a majority of one seat. Now, I went from a map of 28 Republican seats to 22 Democrats, but now we're down to 26 Republican and 24 Democrat. And so after the 2022 midterms, we saw two seats flip for the Democrats. That was Maryland and Massachusetts, while the Republicans only flipped Nevada. It was a very poor performance for governor races across the entire country, and we should have done way better. Candidates were not good, funding was not good, and it was just a bad turnout for the Republican Party. Now, we did take back the House of Representatives and won the popular vote for the Senate races, but other than that, we did not see very many victories across states. We did win big. I mean, we did have big victories within certain states and the House races, but other than that, we saw very big losses in the 2022 midterms. But anyway, moving forward, we have three states that we're focusing on today. That is Kentucky, Mississippi, and Louisiana, and these are all in the 2023 election cycle for the gubernatorial races in November. And this is an off year. This is the year after the midterm, so we see this happening now. And we're going to start in Kentucky. So very heated race, very competitive race between the incumbent governor, Andy Beshear, is a Democrat, who oddly is a Democrat incumbent. And the candidate that he's facing up against is the current Attorney General of the state of Kentucky, Daniel Cameron. And both these candidates are very strong for their party. Both these candidates have a very big following from their party and are most likely backed by their core of the party. Andy Beshear is a more or tends to present himself as a more moderate type of Democrat, not as progressive, but a lot of his views and ideologies are actually as a progressive Democrat. Daniel Cameron is a Trump endorsed candidate, a Trump backed candidate. He is not with Rhino Ron and all of the establishment shield Republicans. He's backed by Donald Trump, has been endorsed by him, and that is why he single-handedly defeated all the candidates in the primaries and won his primary by very significant margins, triumphing in that primary just a few months ago. And so this race is a very heated race. You know, we had the primary, which was a blowout for Andy Beshear as an incumbent. Not something to be necessarily concerned about, nothing to really look at there. But he defeated Kelly Craft and Ryan Quarles, which was Kelly Craft was supposed to be the next main candidate, and she actually ended up in third place. Daniel Cameron destroyed both those candidates in the primary. Now, if we look down here, we saw the primary polling. Daniel Cameron, Kelly Craft, and Ryan Quarles. And you see Kelly Craft was significantly leading over the next main opponent, which is Ryan Quarles. And Daniel Cameron was leading over both of them, and he was still managed to pull off a very big upset. Almost over a 20-point lead, 20-point margin for Daniel Cameron over Ryan Quarles, and Kelly Craft even placed third, which is really bad performance for Kelly Craft in the primary. But as we go down to the polling, as we look in the polling, there's only 3 polls, and the most recent one was in May by Inside Elections, and that has it as a toss-up. Like I said, Donald Trump has endorsed Daniel Cameron for the general with many other people. And we look here, the latest poll we have right now is, the latest poll actually is May 22nd to May 23rd, 2023, and that has Andy Beshear and Daniel Cameron both tied. While 6% of them are undecided, both of them are at 47% at a tie. 6% undecided, that could go either way. Now, if you split 3 and 3, that's 50%. So 50% for both of them. So it's going to be a very, very close race here, and so it's going to be very interesting to see. But with the trends of the state of Kentucky, it's not really trending to the Democrats, to the left. But Andy Beshear is a strong incumbent. As we saw back in 2019, he was able to win in a somewhat blue wave year against Matt Bevin. He kind of rode the coattails of the 2018 midterms and the Democrat wave in 2018. It kind of pushed him over the finish line in 2019 over the incumbent Matt Bevin at the time. But with his father, Steve Beshear, in his re-election in 2011, he won with 55.7%, over David Williams, 35.3%. And in his first race in 2007, he won with even more, with 58.7%. 58.7% over 41.3% to Ernie Fletcher. So, considering that the name Beshear is a very well-known name across the state of Kentucky with Democrats, Independents, and Republicans, it's going to be very hard for Daniel Cameron to beat Andy Beshear if he can. And if it comes close to that, it's going to be it's a very hard fight. He's going to have a very hard fight. It's going to be an uphill battle. Very hard uphill battle the entire way to the finish line. But as of now, I see Andy Beshear winning his re-election by 2.5% over Daniel Cameron. I think that Daniel Cameron's a very strong candidate. He's a good candidate. He's a good person, good politician in the state of Kentucky. He has a good following, but I just don't see him being able, at the moment, taking the state of Kentucky and flipping it for the Republicans. So, as of now, I'm going to put this as a leans for Andy Beshear for the Democrats. So, moving on to the next state, this is the state of Mississippi, and this is an interesting one here. The incumbent Tate Reeves is not, he did not turn out as the governor we expected him to be in 2019. Now, he won his election in 2019 against Jim Hood, and riding the coattails of the 2018 wave, the Democrat did, and it definitely did boost him in 2019. You can see very solid Democrat areas along here in Mississippi, where these counties are very solid Democrat, and the turnout was good. He almost won, and Jim Hood almost won in 2019. But Tate Reeves was able to triumph over him and win in 2019, and ultimately was the next governor of the state of Mississippi. Now, if you look in 2019 right here, you see the state flag right here. It's a little bit different from the state flag now. That's right, Tate Reeves, actually, his administration changed the flag in his administration in the past 4 years. And that is something that has made him very, very unpopular amongst Republicans and conservatives. And he is looked at as a very a Republican and namely a rhino amongst many, many Trump supporters. And if we look down here, Tate Reeves is polling against, these people that he's running against. You have David Hardigree, Tate Reeves, and then John Whitaker. And none of these are good. None of these are candidates that can take him down. I mean, they're polling at 0%, 2%, something like that. I mean, May 22nd, 2024 has David Hardigree at 2%, and the most recent poll, June 4th to the 7th, doesn't even have him at anything. 33% undecided. So this race is it's not competitive as of now. If no one else announces, it's not going to be competitive. But the only declared Democrat candidate is Brandon Presley, who is seen as a more conservative Democrat amongst many people, and it's looking like the race is going to be very competitive between the two if Tate Reeves keeps seeing the numbers get into not looking as favorable for him. And in this polling right here, the most recent one we have for the general election is actually April 24th to the 27th, which has Tate Reeves only 3 points above Brandon Presley, a Democrat in the state of Mississippi. This is a very big issue for Republicans if we want to hold this seat in order to keep the majority. We're gonna need this seat, and we're gonna need a strong candidate. We're gonna need a good following with Tate Reeves, the incumbent governor. And right now, I just don't see it happening. So, it's competitive. It's interesting to watch the trends of the state, how well Brandon Presley is doing with voters. But January 21st to 25th of 2023, Mississippi Today research, this poll source, had Brandon Presley winning by 4 points. Now, 10% undecided, but this is back in January, and it just goes to show how much voters are changing their mind here, and also how competitive this race actually is. But right now we have Tate Reeves winning 47, 49, 46, 43, 49, and 9%, 6%, 15%, 10%, 14%, and 9% undecided in all of those. So a very wide range of undecided voters that could go either way and could shift the win to either candidate, or the governor's seat to either candidate. But as of now, with the way that we're looking and the polling, I'm going to put this Mississippi as likely Republican. I just don't see Brandon Presley actually being able to pull off the upset. You know, we saw in 2019 Reeves winning by 5 points in a blue wave year of 19 after the 2018 midterms of the blue wave, the blue tsunami that wiped through the United States. Riding those coattails, riding that effect of 2018 midterms, and winning with 5 points against a Democrat in Mississippi isn't that good. But it also just goes to show, even though 2022 was a red wave year, supposed to be a red wave year. It was more of a red ripple. Wasn't too big of a red wave, but the popularity, the turnout of the candidates across the country for the Republicans, I think that'll help Brandon. I think it'll help Tate Reeves in Mississippi win his reelection. So I'm going to see. I'm guessing anywhere from 5 to 7 points, roughly in that range. I think it's going to be where he won in 2019. I don't think it's going to be much less than that. If it does become much less than that, then we're going to have some major issues in Louisiana and Kentucky, and moving on to 2024 with the Republican Party. Now, the last state here we're going to talk about is Louisiana, and Louisiana has ranked choice voting, a form of ranked choice voting. I don't know if it's actually called ranked choice voting, or if it is. I don't know off the top of my head here. Someone can let me know down in the comments. But they have a form of ranked choice voting. If it is or isn't, I don't know. But it is somewhat similar if it's not. And we have the incumbent John Bel Edwards, who won back in 2019 with 51.3% of the vote against Eddie Raspone with 48.6%. in Louisiana. He's a very popular Democrat in the state, and he did very, very well for a Democrat in in his first race and his reelection in 2015 and 19. Now, looking forward to 2023, we have he's term limited; he cannot run again, and there's no real big Democrat candidate that can put up a real big threat up to up to the Republicans. And the biggest candidate, the best candidate we have declared is Jeff Landry, the Attorney General, and I think that he'll go in to be the nominee, Republican nominee, win that, and then go against whatever Democrat ends up winning that the runoff, going up to the runoff and becoming the next governor. I think that he'll be able to pull that off, that victory in Louisiana. I want to put this as a safe margin for the Republicans. So there we go. We have the map. We have gained one seat. Republicans have gained one seat, and that is the state of Louisiana. 27 seats for Republicans, 23 for Democrats. Louisiana is going to go Republican either way. It's just Mississippi and Kentucky that we need to watch out for, be careful for, and watch out for. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching today's video. This is my current map of how it sits for July of 2023. 27 Republicans, 23 Democrats. If you guys liked this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And if you guys enjoyed my content, consider subscribing and follow the channel. Make sure you turn the bell notification on so you don't miss a single video when it comes out. Stay tuned for future live streams and great political commentary. We got a lot coming. I'm sorry I haven't been able to put out much lately. I've been busy with just my personal life. Life gets in the way sometimes, but I just wanted to get this out for July. I said I was going to do my June prediction. Never got around to doing that, so here's July. And hope to see you guys soon. Take care, and God bless you. Thank you, and goodbye.